Okay, this is a test of my Kickr V5. I've just done 20 kilometers on Zwift. To start with, I did a bit just to warm it up. Then I did a spin down calibration and a couple of no pedaling automatic calibrations, which I think it does by itself when you stop pedaling. And after about 10-12 minutes, this sort of clattering noise started. I don't know if you can hear it. It's definitely rotation based, and it's something fouling inside the flywheel chamber, because every time you rotate, it's in the same spot every time, almost like the pulls on a free hub. So it's not in perfect condition, which is a shame because it was sold as if it was. Visually it's in excellent condition, but hopefully it's something I can sort out, or Wahoo can sort out for me. Otherwise, a bit of a bummer. So I've done a peak power test and I was able to hit 800, which is about right. I think my best indoor power is about 860. Feels hard. Before the initial calibration, everything felt pretty easy, so obviously it had to find its feet. Actually felt so easy I turned trainer difficulty up a little bit, but that didn't really make any difference. So what I'm going to do now is I've put my Garmin Vector pedals on, and I'm going to hop over onto Indie Velo and do a bit of free riding with dual record so that I can check the power accuracy. It does feel nice. If you stop pedaling, the free hub makes a wonderful sound. If you can get past the clattering. As I say, for the first 15 minutes or so, that clattering sound didn't happen, so it must be something to do with temperature or what. But sometimes when I stop for a while and then restart, it doesn't happen for a while and then it does. So obviously there's some sort of tolerance somewhere, something sticking out, and when it gets warm it's touching, which is obviously causing a bit more resistance and robbing me of some power. So I'm not particularly delighted about that, but hopeful that it can be fixed. So I'm going to hop over to Indie Velo now and do a dual record, so away from Zwift. And you can see actually at the bottom of the screen there is a little bit of spikiness, but it's not very deep, although I haven't been group riding, so it's not a completely fair test. So let's close up source because we won't be needing that. Let's close Zwift. I think I better save the ride. Oh yeah, 823 I managed to hit, so that's not too bad. Save it, and then we'll hop on to Indie Velo, do a spin down of the trainer and 0 of the power meter, and then do some free riding and see what happens. So out with you, Zwift. Hear that when I pedal backwards? Lovely sounding free hub. Okay. Indie Velo. Alright. Let's load up that. Okay. Not events today. options, I think. Pair equipment. Smart trainer. Come on, find me. Okay, so found the Kickr. Hurrah. Cadence device. Kickr. Heart rate it has found. Select. Dual. Okay, good. Offering me to calibrate the vector. Okay, we are in vertical place with crank arms. Okay, 50. Whatever. Okay, good. Let's try that once more just to see if it gives me the same value. Not quite. That's odd. Yeah, I'm not quite sure that's good. 655351. Okay, I'm going to go to free ride and see what that shows, because I'm not quite happy with the changes in the coastal loop. That's probably nice and flat. Not interested in climbing. I'm being fussy and waiting until the trainer stops spinning. Okay. All right. Yeah, that noise is going to get old quickly. I hope I can fix it. Otherwise it starts to look like a bit less of a bargain. Actually, to be honest with you, I think what I paid for this was a fair price for a good working condition model, but something that actually has such an annoyingly obvious flaw, it's not. Unless it's crazy easy to fix, which I'm still hoping it will be. Ice mountain, no thank you. Nothing mountain today. So when I calibrate my, when I zero my power meter on the Garmin, usually it gives you a torque value, and it does jump about a little bit once it says calibration successful, but values there, 0, 54, 65534, they're all over the place, aren't they? Who even knows what that means? Well, 65535 is I think it's 2 to the power of 8, or maybe it's even 2 to the, no, it's 2 to the power of 16, so if it's got a 16-bit analog to digital converter reading the strain gauges, maybe something to do with that. There you go, a bit of geek talk. I've forgotten that 65535 is actually 16-bit or 32-bit. Probably 16. Actually, I've got the calculator here. Don't need to sit here wondering and work it out. Two y to the x, 32. No, it's not 32. 2y to the x, 16. 65536. There you go. 16-bit. Sure you wanted to know that. So the purpose of this ride is just to compare power meter output with Kickr power readings, just to see how good or bad they might be. With the Diretto, the sprint power, short power up to about 30 seconds, was lower than the power meter, and above that, particularly around 20-minute power, was like between 7 and 17% higher, which isn't very good really. So I did a little test on Zwift, and the Diretto, when you stop pedaling, it takes something of the order of 8-10 seconds for the power readout to go to 0. And I've tried this just now, and it was like 1 or 2 seconds, so that was much better. Looking forward to being able to super tuck quickly. But it may cost me some watts at the longer end, so it might make it a bit harder to hold on to a group when I'm getting tired, for example. But we'll see. What would also be interesting to see is how well the shape of the peaks coincides between the power meter and the Kickr. So I'm being boring at the moment and just holding around 100 watts. Not particularly trying to aim to keep it the same, but just roughly the same effort level. And we'll see how that goes for a while, and then I'll probably try a few efforts, see what I can get on a sprint, go for maybe a peak 1 second power, just a maximum effort, to see what I can do. Just did. What was it, something like 800 and something on Zwift, so it'll be interesting to see how the 2 meters correspond. I'm doing that on Indie Velo because they have built-in dual recording, so there you go. Which makes it nice and easy. Saves a fit file with your dual power traces in, and then you can chuck that on dualrecording.com and get a nice comparison chart, which makes the whole thing very straightforward. Okay, I'm thinking it's time to smash a 1 second maximum effort. See if I can get well into the 800s. I think my record indoor 1 second is 868 or something like that. So see what we can do. Let these guys go. Oh, I can feels easier in their draft. suppose if I sprint I will catch them back. I don't really care about the speed, I just want to see what power I can push. Okay, I'm going to ramp up, get to the top gear and then stand up and smash really briefly. Okay, here we go. Still got 2 gears left. Oh, I haven't got it. Too slow getting going. And up a hill as well. Didn't help. 750. Well, I have done some maximum efforts already today, so maybe the legs are just telling me to sod off. I really didn't do that very well. I think it was terrain. I think it started being hilly just as I wanted to sprint, which didn't help. Oh well, give us a nice purple bump on the chart. Bit of a clattering noise, which it shouldn't be making. So one thing you can have on this is you've got adjustable height feet which you can tweak to either make the bike perfectly level or to allow you a little bit of wobble. I've set it level to start with, but it'd be interesting to see if a little bit of wobble gives more of a real feel, or if it helps, or if it's just horrible. No idea yet. Yeah, there seems to be quite a big gap there at low power levels, which I'm not very concerned about because in reality I'm never doing 80 watts in a race, so who cares? But still, ideally you want everything to be as accurate as it can be. Weird. Pretty sure I just turned those off. Swift plays and they came on their own. Did I press a button? Okay, I've done 23 minutes. Finished the 10 kilometers. That should give me a 20-minute figure, where it will be a low one compared with racing. Not sure if I've got a race in me today. I was planning to, but I don't know. Well, let's do a sprint. It does seem like maybe it's my imagination, if I'm getting used to it, or if that noise is reducing. So, pet theory I have is it had been stored in a loft of a garage and it was cold and it had been brought into the house when I was looking at it, and there was a fair bit of condensation on the, I don't know what to call it, on the drum covering the flywheel. So is it possible there could have been some condensation inside causing a little bit of build-up, maybe a bit of rust? Don't know. And if it's rubbing, then is it possible that with use that will rub off? Also don't know. But it is definitely making some sort of snag on each revolution in the same position. So it does remind me quite a lot of the unbalanced propeller, or when you've got an axle that's very, very slightly out of true, you get this sort of juddering vibration. When I used to crash my remote control planes and bend the prop shaft, you fire that up, it makes a hell of a judder, and you've got to change the prop shaft, no question. So I can't visually see anything wrong with the flywheel, and I don't know whether I'll be able to take it apart and have a proper look or what, but hope it's fixable or I'll cry. Okay, this might be a good place to go for another sprint. Oh, I just haven't got it today. Well, I did have earlier. Clattery, clattery, clattery. Okay. Should have some 20-minute figures there. I know I'm still streaming. It must be really boring for anybody viewing. I don't suppose anybody is. Not even sure if I will. But it's just a record. Okay, so I've tried a short sprint. I've tried 20 minutes of solid low intensity. And I think I've probably had enough for today, so yeah, I guess I'll stop the stream and maybe have another go tomorrow. $7.69. I managed over 1 second, which is Not great. I think I've done over 800 today already, but maybe I just didn't have any more juice left. What am I looking to do? Stop the stream. Anybody watching must be bored to death. I forgot to put my green screen up as well, haha.